When you handle this question, you better copy down this part, and when you copy it, you should realize that they give you the slope function, but not the original function. So they say when fx attain its minimum value, the condition, that means we know f prime x is equal to 0 to sort some turning point, maximum or minimum. And then we are going to use the table to check is that a maximum or minimum afterward. So standard procedure for the turning point. Then we have f prime x equal to 0. So we are going to solve this equation. 12x minus 48 is equal to 0. Both sides multiplied by denominator, we have the numerator equal to 0. So x is equal to 4. That means as x equal to 4, then the slope is 0. But it's not enough to prove that it's minimum. Maybe it is maximum. So that's why we have to break down the number line to table. It's separated by x equal to 4. Left hand side we have x more than 4. Right hand side we have x larger than 4. We want to express the value of f prime x, the slope. Of course this is 0. That's why we are focusing on this point. We have to check whether this is larger or smaller than 0. When x is smaller than 4, then this should be not big enough to minus 48. It will give you negative. And then afterward, when x is larger than 4, the numerator will give you positive. The denominator with a square, that means it's always positive here. One more point, the slope function is valid for all real value of x, which implies that this part cannot be equal to 0. After the table, we can make the conclusion that fx attain its minimum. Since it goes down first and then stop and then go up again, that's why it is a minimum. At x equal to 4, and then in the question they say that at x equal to alpha, that means alpha is 4. It's given that the extreme value of fx is 5. That means when x equal to 4, then our original function will equal to 5. Or you may say f4 is 5. Anyway, we have to find fx. It starts from the function. We only know the slope function is 12x minus 48 divided by this, which means that if we want to get the original function, we are going to integrate both sides. Left hand side we get fx, right hand side. It's not complicated, but at least you may try to solve it by substitution, and your first choice for u, it should be the denominator, what inside here. But if you don't want to use u, then you may just try to handle the easy part and try to put it inside x. So we have 3x squared minus 24x plus 49 whole thing squared. If we integrate it, we become x squared. 12 divided by 2 is give you 6 minus 48x. And even though the numbers are not exactly the same, but you should trust the question are well designed for you to are able to integrate it. 6 to 48 are the same as 3 to 24. So you may extract 2. You can take out the constant. Then you find that the first two terms are exactly the same. And then within differentiation part, you just feel free to add any constant without changing its value. So plus 49. So now the whole thing are the same. So this and this are the same. That means the whole thing power of negative 2. And then with respect to the whole thing, it's easy for you to integrate. That means this item increase the index by 1 and then divide by the new index. Of course, don't forget to plus c. And the use of given this specific point is to log the value of c. Fx is equal to -2, and then now by using the given case when x equal to 4, we know the result is equal to 5. So 5 is equal to -2. 3 times 4 squared. C is equal to 7. So to conclude, fx is equal to -2 divided by this, and then plus 7. Limit fx, that means this part together with this part. In this fraction, x will become infinitely large, while this one, the numerator, is still constant. So this fraction will finally become 0 when x tends to infinity. However, this one is not affected by x, that's why it keeps 7. But in exam, to show me that you know this property, so you should replace this term by 0 when x tends to infinity, and you keep positive 7. So don't forget this step to show the understanding. There may be one method mark here.